And here we go. We are back. We are here at NICEGate 2025. I am Matthew Joseph, one of the hosts of the Stronger Together podcast, and we are live here at NICEGate 25. I am so excited. It's the first time we've been live here. Myself, when I say my good friend and partner, Rob from Tech, we've been at a few different events, but this is the first time we've been here at NICEGate, and it's been great. So, Rob, how's it been for you here at NICEGate?
This is exciting. This is one of my favorite conferences. It's a big conference, but it doesn't feel like a big conference. It feels like a smaller, more intimate conference. So it's not as overwhelming as some of the bigger ones. Chance to meet some really wonderful people and have some absolutely fantastic conversations.
Yeah, and talking about meeting fantastic people and being our first time here at NICEGate, one of the things that have been exciting to me, I've been here at NICEGate before and I know people here, but never had this platform to meet other people. And I would say half of our guests, I've met them for the first time and they've been on the show for the first time. And that's great for me because I say all the time, I do this for a very selfish reason, to meet new people. And I got to meet so many educators and I get to learn from them. And I'm excited to learn from our next guest, Jaclyn Wright, who's going to come on. And I hear it's her first time as a podcast guest. So, Jackie, welcome to the Stronger Together podcast.
Thank you so much, Matt and Rob. It's an honor to be here. I'm really excited to, speak to you guys today and learn more about NICEGate and kind of share what we're doing over at Amira.
All right. Well, before you can share about Amira, we want to share about yourself. Like,
awesome.
Let's talk about it. You come in, this beaming smile, the energy is so positive. Tell us, who is Jaclyn Wright?
So I am an educator through and through, Matt and Rob. I have over 24 years of experience in education. I started as a teacher, became a reading specialist, assistant principal, so district executive director of curriculum and instruction. And my final role before joining Team Amira, I actually ended up being the chief of schools in my home school district where I graduated high school from. So it really filled my heart to be able to go back and give to the same district that poured so much into me.
What district was that?
That was actually a historical town in Alabama. You may have heard of it, Selma, Alabama.
Oh, wow. Definitely.
That's where I was born and raised.
That is wonderful. And our paths are fairly similar, except for where you're at now. I'm still in the public school. I was an teacher as well and was principal and did a lot of district roles within curriculum and now assistant superintendent. So how was that path that you took help you in the role that you're in now?
The path that I took, it is still a part of the role that I have now. At the heart of the work that I do with Amira, educator and community engagement manager, teachers and students and building a community around them is what my role is. And before doing that, I was a principal. And being a principal, you said you had that experience as well, Matt. It's all about building those relationships and making sure that everyone on your team understands what's important, so you all can rally around that one big thing that you really believe in. And that's what I do here at Amira. I believe in amplifying educators' voices. I believe in literacy for all. I believe that literacy is liberation, it's freedom. And so I want to give to every child what I was able to give as a principal and a teacher to my students. I want every child to have a chance to become a reader.
That's great. So just curious, I don't mean to put you on the spot. For all the roles that you've held, which one do you miss the most?
I figured you guys are going to ask me to pick, and I'm happy that you did. Of all the roles that I've had in public education, the principalship was the one that was the most important, but also it was the most challenging. As the principal and the leader, you show up and you have the power to make someone's day better or worse through your actions, through how you show up, through how you present, how you communicate, and how you love. And so I miss that very much, but I still get to go in and visit other schools and other kids. So just being a principal was really hard work. You cannot turn off being a principal. It is a 24-hour job. Someone's going to always need you. And you better show up ready to lead each and every day. That's one thing that I think may be missing in when we talk about technology, AI, neuroscience, and all the pieces, we cannot forget the leadership. It matters. What's important to the leader becomes important to the masses, and I believe that.
Yeah, no, in the role that I have now as a assistant superintendent, I say that all the time. I come in as a principal. That's the lens I have. My role might not be in a school, but where the work centers me is in schools, and I think that's really important. So, for people who don't know Amira, tell us about what that is.
So, Amira is the world's first artificially intelligent learning agent. Amira can assess students, she can tutor students, and she can also instruct students, but not alone. Amira is the teacher's partner, she is the teacher's support. So, think about it. When teachers are in reading in their reading block, there's a time when they break out to small group instruction. There are about 25 kids in a class. If 5 of them are reading with the teacher in small group, who are the other 20 getting support from? Who's giving that corrective feedback? That's where Amira comes in. She partners with the teacher, and the students can actually read to Amira, and she will correct them in the moment using the science of reading to provide that in the moment micro intervention and support to all students. So that's Amira in a nutshell.
I love that because, again, we talked about it with a bunch of people, and I talked about it during the Ignite session yesterday about there are so many schools and so many districts and even so many states that rather than figure out an effective use of AI, they just want to ban it because they don't understand it and they don't understand how to work with it. But you're taking a very important need, that support for those students in that group that's not being FaceTime with the teacher, and you're meeting it by utilizing a tool that can help. And that's an effective use of that tool.
As a principal, Amira answered the question for myself and for our teachers of what are they doing during small group if they're not with the teacher. And it worked for us, absolutely.
So if you want to learn more about that, go to amiralearning.com. You can check out some of the things that are on there. One of the things that resonated with me, when working with students and working with ed tech tools, talking about, well, does this work? And one of the first things you see right on their website is the outsized growth and the way that this tool can help during their reading time. What have you seen in real time? Because sometimes we see these fancy pages by solution providers, or we have the one pager. What does it look like in practice when you're in doing this work?
That's one of my favorite questions to receive because I actually helped to lead a stellar Amira implementation when I was a principal. What I saw was students eager to learn and motivated to read when they may have been reluctant to do so otherwise. By introducing an artificially intelligent avatar reading tutor to a student, it removes that nervousness or thinking about their teacher or someone judging them. And so the students were more relaxed to read with Amira, which resulted in more practice, more time on tongue. That translated into real results for our school. 100% of our students met their annual growth target, and we had about 40% EL students as well. And then we also improved by 2 letter grades on the Alabama A through F report card. And Amira was the constant throughout these years. Our state standards changed, our state assessments changed, even our core curriculum changed. But Amira was that constant partner. And so that is what we attributed our growth in reading and literacy to.
And are you here at NISCAPE besides yourself? Do you have a booth, or can people come see you if they want to learn more?
Yes, my teammates, Mac Moyer, who actually lives in New York, as well as Hannah Slater. They're both leading the charge over at our table, and we would love for guests to stop by. If you do, make sure you scan that QR code because we have a couple of cool giveaways. So we would love for people to stop by our booth.
Do you know the number by any chance?
I don't know the booth number by any chance, but we're located on the outside rounds, right behind where they are taking the headshots.
All right, right near the headshots in the main area. Make sure to go check them out. So now, if you happen to not have time to get to the booth, I understand there's so many things going on, but you can catch them tomorrow at 9 a.m. Unifying Literacy with Technology, Neuroscience Teachers and District Results. So that's besides a big title. Tell us about what participants are going to receive in that session?
Well, we'd be delighted for you guys to join us for a panel discussion. It's going to feature Dr. Jared Bloom, who's actually a superintendent of Franklin Square here in New York, near Long Island. We also have joining us Dr. Erin Hamilton, who is one of our new impact directors at Amira Learning. And Erin brings lots of experience from the state level. So you'll have a superintendent, you'll have a former principal and former chief of schools, and you'll also have a state level educator there to kind of discuss the link between neuroscience, literacy, and what we're doing in classrooms today.
No, that's impressive. Go big or go home. I love
That's
it.
right.
So I have a question for you. This is your first time on our podcast, correct?
Yes, it is.
So we ask every guest a very simple question at the end. Simple but meaningful. The name of the podcast is Stronger Together. When you hear those words, what do you think of?
The work for children can't be done in isolation. Again, I've worked at the school level, in a classroom, at the district level, at every level, no matter what the work was that we were doing for children. I can never do it alone. So, stronger together, that means collaboration is key. If you're working with children, even if you are the sole teacher in that classroom, you cannot do it alone. You need their parents, you need your colleagues, you need the students, and you also need your school leaders and your teammates. So stronger together for me is just that collaboration is key. And even if you are that lone classroom teacher, you are not alone. You need your teammates, you need your village. Call on them.
I agree so much. And now I started the podcast by saying this was the first time you've been a guest, that you said that, but you
Yes.
have your own. So give a little shameless plug to the podcast that you have.
I do. We are just launching a podcast at Amira called Champion Every Voice, and I am the host. And in Champion Every Voice, we highlight and lift the voices of educators and thought leaders in the areas of ed tech, AI, and education. So again, please join us. It's streaming on all platforms, and we just launched our first episode this month.
Awesome. Well, that is very exciting. The second thing I said in the beginning was my favorite part of this. I just said it was the selfish part of this, because I get to meet new people and learn from them. And Jackie, it was a privilege to have you on the show. Great to meet you. And as a district leader, I'm going to stop up and make sure I get some information, because it was great to hear the work that you do. So thanks for jumping on. If you are in the conference center, make sure to check them out just outside of the main Fender Hall. And if you're here tomorrow at 9 o'clock, stop over to see them in Unifying Literacy with Technology. It's going to be a great session. That's in Oneida in the conference center right here, right near the main area of the center, where we're right by the showroom. So, Jackie, have a great rest of the event. Good luck and have fun tomorrow. We are almost at the end of day 2, and it's been a blast. So,
Thank you.
Jackie, have a great day. Rob, we got one more to go, buddy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.